young man, I got me up. I want to be live where I swear not easy. Papa rapping my own man, I get it. My girl was doing, I'm breaking the profit. On my way, people calling me names. All the trouble I see, I ain't do at the peace. When the suffering, the sources, I can't pay the code. Only how I get paid. Sooner or later, my hustle pay. Lepe, and I'm rushing myself. Keep it cool, everything have a CC. Too much rushing, I'm probably chasing. One day. One day. I'll get it cool. One day.
I know my hustle gonna pay one day. Enemies can gonna see my face. Me I know I'm not rushing it. One day, success gonna come my way. I know my hustle gonna pay one day. Enemies can gonna see my face. Me I know I'm not rushing it. One day, success gonna come my way. Yeah. My mama was so worried. My papa was so worried. My friend was here money. Any mess that will come on that miss. So I on my way. 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 I'm on my way to this place and I'm looking for money. Looking for money, oh. Looking for money. I want to make mama happy. Want to make papa happy. Want to make all my brothers and sisters to come around me.
Yeah, Captain the Group. Why you know you hustle? Why sign the book by the Genesis? Shall come at the fire, shall come at the power. I feel be working on Wednesday. In my love for the mile, in my love for the mile. All in the dark, all in the dark, all in the week, all in the week. All in the sun,
my mama was so worried.
No for air.
My papa was so worried. My friend was here money. Any mess that will come on that miss. So I on my way. 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 I'm looking for money.
want to indulge in great soul food. Here we offer collard greens, baked macaroni and cheese. We have the fish and grits, shrimp and grits on Sundays, of course, and a lot of other soul food norms added with a little bit of our fusion. Chef Summer Duffin is the chef in the kitchen, and just come on down and check us out. You will not regret it.
Good morning, and welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. We woke up this morning, Thursday, November the 17th. Yes, 2022. Lower, mid to upper 30s, we in the 30s. Anywhere in the 30s, and we're in the 30s this morning. It's chilly and cold. We have no snow, thank God. The snow is going to be in New York today. Up in Buffalo there, they're going to have some serious snow up there. But for us, now it's just going to be chilly. For now, it's cloudy. The sun is going to be coming up. But we're not getting much warmth today. We're going up to the mid and lower 40s. So keep your raincoat, your jacket, whatever you got to keep with you with handy. You're going to need them. Seat belts, young people. Safety first. Okay, I don't have much news from our area except be ready for the game on Sunday. It's going to be a good game. And the weather is going to be somewhat like today. I don't think we're going to be having snow. But check the weather and keep in touch. Now from Liberia, the 7 people have been arrested by the police in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County, connected to the murder of the emergency response unit officer that was found yesterday in the city on the street dead, fully armed. So they arrested 7 people. They're investigating them right now. Also, the workers, the enumerators, and all the people with ledges in Kipma County, they're going wild, man. The people attacked the office, the religious office. They got 2 people under kidnap. They kidnapped 2 of the people there. They got all the equipment, everything there. They said they're going to keep them. And if they don't hear anything soon, they're going to burn the building down. So that's what happened in Kipma County this morning. Yesterday, on the news, they had that the religious were sending all the enumerators up country. I didn't mention that on my show, but I was on the news yesterday. So I didn't think that was so significant because liches been, the enumerators for the census, been causing problems all through Liberia. They told us they were paid, they were sent out yesterday. That's why I didn't announce it. I said, let me sit down and see if this thing is really true. Now we woke up this morning to hear that in Cape Mount County, they attacked the office, kidnapped 2 people, got all the equipment. They said not letting it go. And they don't hear from the government soon, they will burn the building down. So that's where we stand. Because of the U.S. ambassador's statement and condemnation of the sanctioned people by the Treasury Department of the United States, the CDCs are pissed off, man. These guys are pissed. So they say they're going to protest on Friday to drive the U.S. ambassador out of Liberia. I don't know how that's going to happen. So that's what happened this Friday. We anticipate having a mass demonstration by the CDCs trying to drive the U.S. ambassador out of Liberia because it says he's interfering with our domestic affairs. Okay? You all saw the newspaper that just came out. They freed the drug law. The $1 million cocaine and drugs that came to Liberia, they arrested one guy called Zizi, I think, Oliver something. And I just saw this clipping from the newspaper on Twitter, Front Page Africa, that he's free. They don't know where he is. So that's another news. And all the people scared because they may looking for their money. You want to find out who reported him to the police and who took that $1 million worth of dope. So if you're interested in the safety of the community, this man, Oliver Zizi or whatever they call him, is out. Who let him out of jail? We don't know. That offense is non-bailable. So how he got out of jail? We just passed the law. People have violated the law already. You see? Okay. Final on my list of news this morning, Mr. Alex Williams, the former deputy for statistics at Legis, has reported to the Liberian people that on several occasions, their boss, Mr. Smith, I think that some kind of Smith, the boss, let me see, I got his name here in my book somewhere, in my notes. The boss, one Smith, and our finance minister, Mr. Samuel Twe, made 3 withdrawals from the account of Legis. That's why Legis is handicapped right now. We can't do the census because according to Alexander Williams, the mayor who was fired, the deputy statistic director who was fired at Legis, he said this morning that Sam Twe and his boss, Smith, made 3 withdrawals from the Legis account. One was $160,000. Samuel Twe and Smith took that out. The next one was $136,000. And the most recent one was $70,000. So these guys were drawing from the account of Legis and the money disappearing. What are they taking the money for? Y'all see the stealing? The mass stealing. Now they can't do the census. 3 times they took out $100,000, $100,000, $100,000, and $70,000. Corruption. Now this is admitted. So we see why the census is held up. They can't pay the people because our finance minister is a rogue. And I bet you that some of the same money they give to George, we have to take out of town. But this is what killing our country, my people. Let me just take a breather and a sip of my coffee and before let my topics come around because it's unbelievable, unacceptable, intolerable. These people just go in our accounts and just take out our money like that, the private money. What's wrong with us, my people? And we sitting there and tolerating this BS time and time and time and time again. Now the president going to his girlfriends and boyfriends and all of them go watch football game for his son, for a foreign country, on our money. How can this happen? When our people starving and suffering and can't eat and can't sleep, being ripped, census can't go on, all the money gone, and the president going to. So, with the possibility of a postponement, I'm just getting it from my head now, with the possibility of a postponement or suspension of the 2023 presidential and general elections. Here it is here. Postponement of the 2023 presidential and general elections. Imminent. That means it coming soon. What may be the result? We got to take that into consideration. 2, we're talking about my people in the Buduburam Camp. They learn how to do icing on the cake. So that would be my next topic. So let me take a coffee break. Let's listen to our ads and I'll be right back and we can deal with these things.
Evelyn, go by Chef Eve. We are at Garden of Eve, Caribbean cuisine. So we have a beautiful outdoor that we have a selection of different type of food that you can enjoy. We have jerk chicken, jerk ribs, especially the weekend. We got some different specials gonna go on, and we are basic Haitian cooking, but also you can find a little bit of everything that we carry here. And we are at 405 Harris Avenue, Providence, Rhode Island. Thank you, come on by and try us out. Looking forward to see you guys.
So we got this election coming up, man. And everything points to disaster. Everything pointing to disaster. The census, they say it's going on. Our foreign partners say it's going on. Our workers haven't gotten paid yet. The people still striking, confiscating all the equipment, seizing them, threatening to burn their offices down. That's the first thing. And that just in Cape Town. What about the other counties? I got news yesterday that the legis had settled all these issues and they were dispatching people to the various counties. Now we woke up to this kind of news that there's this evil fighting, kidnapping, seizing of property by the same people who's supposed to be doing the counting in our country. So it's evident to us, despite the fact that the government and our international partners are saying that the census is going on and it will go on, there is mounting evidence that there are disruptions, that people not getting paid, that the workers are boycotting doing the census, and the officials themselves have stolen the money, have stolen all the money for the census. I mean, this finance minister we got, he's so corrupt, man. He has in everything, stealing. Our country is so broke because of these people are rogues. And what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do? We can't wait until the next year. We can't wait until the next month. Maybe we can't even wait until tomorrow. What are we going to do about it? These people are just stealing. I mean, they're acting like our country for them. I can't go to Liberia, not for the fact that they will kill me because I'm talking, but also for the fact that what's in my country for me? What's in Liberia for me? All of us who want to go home to build our country, what's in our country for us? We in America here, the major proponent for Americans in this country here is healthcare. That's the major thing for all of us in this country. Look at the American people. Yeah, money here, food here, everything here, but you don't have good health. There's no way you can manage all these things. So how are we going to come to our country now? With all the stealing going on, with all the massive corruption going on, we have no health care. We have no health care. Sometimes I sit there and wonder how my people in Liberia are surviving, man. How the old people surviving. At least during my time, we had JFK. I remember, I keep telling you all this thing. In the 1980s, before I came to, that was in the 1970s, right after Toba took over, maybe 75, close to the 1980s, I got sick and I was admitted into JFK. That hospital was so up to standard. Right now, when I think about American hospital here, that you had, Liberia Hospital was in the 1970s, JFK. I mean, I was in the JFK hospital. I was in a single bedroom. I had my own TV. The nurses would come in every time and check on me. I even got mad because they couldn't let me sleep. The nurses kept coming in my room to check on me. I was mad. I come in America, it's the same thing here. You go in the hospital, they will not let you sleep. The nurses will come and check on you all through the night. Even in the hospital, I get mad because you can't you can't sleep. The people come in on you. As soon as you take a nap, are you all right? Let me check your fingerprints. Oh Lord, give me a break. Let me sleep, man. It was the same thing in Liberia. In the 1970s. You know how much we lost? This is not a joke, man. This is not they say. Even in the 1960s, when I was in Maryland County as a kid, I got sick when they opened the J.J. Dawson Hospital in Prebo. I was one of the first patients that made it into that hospital. And that hospital was up to standard, man. We lost a lot, people. We lost a lot. I mean, for me to tell you what we lost, man, Lord, to see my country like this, your team will be talking these things. Will they just be talking the other hatred? Will I be cussing these people or just be cussing the other hatred? No. Because the stealing is too much, man. The stealing from daughter on the now, man. The stealing too much. That's why I left Liberia. I told you. I had no reason to leave Liberia. Nobody was chasing me out of Liberia after the coup. I thought like that. But after things settled down, people came to their senses. I had no reason to leave the country. I was a national athlete. I was respected all through my country. I played basketball. I played international rugby. I played soccer. So I was a national athlete. I didn't bother nobody. People didn't even know I was Chesson's son, the minister's son. I never carried around myself boasting what my power was because it didn't matter to me. I'm my own man. I keep telling you, I'm my own man. I didn't rely on my power to make myself. I was already made in Liberia before the coup. It just helped me be stronger and build myself better so that I can't be relying on my power name to say, oh, Chesson came out here, power name. No, that was one of the things I was glad that we had a chance to build our lives all over. Let's see who the real men in our country. Guess who the real men? People who can stand on their own. And people who got to go steal and lie and betray us that better than you and them to become men. You need all of the things to become men. And this is why I came to our country today. Because people think you got to steal, you got to be at a certain level to be a man. Those are for uneducated people that we are them. People who ain't got education, people who lack sensibility. That's what they depend on. They got to have money to show the world that they so and so. But everybody gets money who apply themselves. You get educated, you apply yourself, you honest, you take charge of your business, you'll get money. You get money, you got to go steal it. You just got to get out of Liberia that way because you ain't getting no more damn money in Liberia. Ain't no money in Liberia. I see all the people running home after they graduate. What you go home for? To go steal. That's all you do. No, they're paying people every 3-4 months. I'm getting paid in America here, whether I scrub the floor or clean the toilet or watch after the old people. I'm getting my money on time. I can pay my rent. I can buy my beer. I can smoke my weed. I gotta go beg nobody. So what all the yo about? You leave this country, you go Liberia. You can't carry nothing to our people. Even if you got money, you can't help our people. Yeah, you may help 1 or 2 family members, but you can't help our country. The help for our country got to flow from the people. And this is why our people don't understand. All the yo we do, our country will not change because the power of the people got to be exemplified in our country, which is not. We only rise up against corrupt people and things like that when it's terrible for us. But look at all of us sitting right now. These people just stealing, carrying $2,000 a day, 50 people with him. All of them $2 million pocket change. Look at it. $160,000 you're stolen, $136 stolen, $150,000. I mean, they just had the country just going, the stealing, and net got up on the road, and the politicians got up on the road. Everybody got rogues, man, in our country. And our money is just being siphoned out of our country, and we're not benefiting from it. How long will it go on, my people? How long? How long will it go on? Now it all culminating to the reality that we're facing. That this election, these people, I heard Pastor talking about it on his show, and he hit it on the nail because of their incompetence. Not so much because they're stealing and all of that. These guys they're not competent enough to host an election. They're not even competent enough to do a census. We've been telling you all the time for time and more. I've been cussing them dummy. People are getting mad with me. Oh, Chesson, you did. Here's the reality. It's not that these people have stolen the money so bad. It's just that the people are incompetent. We not have census. We not have election. These people don't have the ability to do these things. We keep telling you all these things, and while cost the people dummy, you'll get mad at me. Now, here's the reality. Are they dummy or are they not dummies? They are dummies. They can't even hold a census. The census is a flop. It will fail. People got to come from America to go do that thing there. Some of us got to come from America to do that. Or people in Liberia from the opposition got to wake up and help the people. But these guys can't do it. They can't host a census. And if they cannot host a census, you know they can't host the election. They can't do it. Look at right now, David Etta Brown want to make all the decisions for the process. It can't go on. And if we don't have a serious violence in our country, we'll anticipate another attempted coup d'etat. Because it's just far too evident of the incompetence of these people. And if we don't have general election, what's going to happen again? Please tell me. You tell me, will George Weah stay there? If we postpone the election, will Liberian people agree for George Weah to stay there until we set another election date? Maybe next year, year after next sometime. So George Weah might end up staying 5 years there because we will not get the census nor election off the ground until the next 2 years. So you see how terrible a mess we're in? And it's not coming out yet, though. It's not coming out yet. Because people still think we can make it. Our international partners and all of them, they send up flaky messages all the time. And they are just as bad as the problems in Liberia. You can't appease George Weah them then try to appease our laws. You can't do that. And that's what our foreign partners try to do. You know, they know these people are criminals and murderers and wicked people. They know the deeds of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, but yet they're giving her money. They're appointing her to positions in the World Organization every day. How you do that? The double standards. That's just being just as corrupt as George Weah them. Our international partners corrupt. And if they corrupt just as George Weah, they can't help our country will be in a further mess. Because our international partners want to bite and blow. That is the same Tottenham strategy, bite and blow. You know, let peace George Weah them, let the people do their own thing. We don't want to touch George Weah. Let Liberian people do it so it don't come back to us. But on the other hand, the Liberian people demanding change, demanding accountability, demanding punitive actions against our rogues. And America is caught in the middle of that too. Our international partners, whatever you want to call them, they're caught in the middle. They got to act. That's why I tell you, they got a dilemma. They want to please Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and love her and show that she's a big woman and all of that. Then they want to do justice in our country, but they can't do justice because everything hinges on Ellen Johnson Sirleaf corruption. The woman is corrupt. She controlling these useless people and giving them advices and directing them. That Ellen Johnson said got George, we are surviving. Why you think she's traveling all over the world making arrangements to keep this man in power? But it can't work. It can't work. And that what got the international community confused. Because they want to love Ellen Johnson Sally because she's a Harvard graduate. She's a symbol of elitism in America. They want to please her. But she's a criminal. Then they want to punish George Weah. You can't punish, how you punish George Weah? You can't when a woman who's supposed to your love is the same woman who's a criminal in Liberia as well. So if we want justice, we got to have blind justice. You can't have one eye open and try to please Ellen Johnson Sally on this side and close the eye to punish George Weah on this side. It ain't going to work. You see, and we just caught in the middle. That's why I just let it say it like it is. I don't like to beat around the bush. Just don't beat around. All the people who know me, I don't beat around the bush because I'm a problem solver. If you want to solve a problem, hit the problem where it is. Don't beat around the bush because you beat around the bush, the problem worsens. It doesn't get better. So our international people, they got an issue. They got an issue. They want to please some people, then they want to punish some people. You can't do that in a country. In Liberia, you can't do that. So we caught in the middle of all this shenanigans and bullshit while people are trying to please each other on our dime. Can you imagine that? On our money. They're trying to please these damn criminals. And they don't know where to sit. And they're putting our masses, our people, in a mess. And that's why I stand, man. I ain't no clique. I belong to no elitism. You know, I know who I am. I'm a bastard. I know who I am. I know who I am. I know. I accept it. I accept it. I accept it. I know who I am. 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 I accept it. I accept it. Yeah, I accept it. I'm a bastard. I'm a bastard. I accept it. I am bullshit. Ask anybody about me, man. I don't BS. I know from whence I came. I know from where I stand. And I know from whence I gotta go. So don't try to spew no shenanigans or crap on me and tell me that flowers and goodness. I know who I am. 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 I'm not bluffing. I'm not bluffing. I know who I am. I know who I am. I'm not bluffing. Never bluffing. I know who I am. I ain't gonna act like I'm somebody else. You know, I lay on the line like it's supposed to be. Because that's all I got, man. I ain't got nothing else but truth. My people, I've been talking for years, from the time you all knew me. I've been writing, I've been talking, the same thing. Go back and read everything I write. The same thing. You know? Ain't nothing but hatred. Ain't nothing but tribalism. I'm not that kind of man. I'm just a straightforward man. If it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, I don't give a damn who you are, it's wrong. You can't fight God. You can't fight divinity. You can't fight the truth. If it's the truth, it's the truth. And what we are facing, my people, we're facing lies and treachery and evil. Because people want to choose among us who's their friends and who are not their friends, who can they punish, who they can't punish. And you know, when you do that out with our country, many of us suffer. Many of us suffer. And our people, you know, I keep telling you, whether that family, whether that government, we got plenty of corrupt people in our country. People know the things they do are corrupt, but they still do it. Why? Because they got power. And nobody dare talk. You know? And sometimes some of those things not right, man. Look at our women, man. You know, I feel for our women because they are challenged. They are challenged. And whenever anybody try to talk bullshit and do stupidity with our women, it pisses me off. Because Liberian women, they are some of the most hardworking and simple women on earth. They don't want no big nothing. All they want is to make their daily bread. And if you can't understand how to reach to our people and give them the tools they need to be self-sufficient and independent, all this government bullshit and college bullshit ain't working. It ain't working for us. We got to understand what works for us, man. Yes, education is good, but all our people don't have the propensity to get Western education. They don't. Some of them don't want to get Western education. So give them the tools that will empower them, to empower our nation. You know what we need? We need mechanics. We need builders. We need workers. We need nurses. We need things that people can do. Nursing and things like that. You don't have to go to school. We have TNI-MA, the Nursing Academy, all those things are hands-on treatment. Yes, you may have to learn some technical things in the formal way of education, but majority is hands-on, how to give injection, how to test blood pressure, how to do things with your hands-on. You don't need to go to school. You just need to look at the military. I'm a medic. I can cure you. But I didn't go to formal education. My job is not in the hospital. My job is in the field. Because when I'm in the field with men, I ain't got no hospital there. I got to adapt and overcome. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. That means if I can't use what I got in the field to do what I want to do, my patient will die. And I may die with him too. So that's why they train medics. So when we go in the field, anything happen there, we got our books, we got our training, and we got things around us to use to help us do what we got to do. So that's the form of training, that's a form of vocational training. But a higher level of vocational training. And all these things enlighten our people. Look at my children on the Buduburam Camp. Those people had no dreams, no ambition, nothing. They were just sitting down there, just living. Now that I've taken the baking school there, you should see their whole outlook to life has changed. Their outlook to life changed. Now they see the brighter future with their education and their skills. Things they can do. People with college degree can't do it right now. The baking that my people can do at the Buduburam Camp in just 6 months. Educated people can't do it. They can't do it. Creaming the flour, creaming the butter, and all those kind of things, making the flour, and all those kind of things, how to do. Those children are advancing another level that you got to respect them for their skills now. Because some of them are already baking and selling their stuff now. That's just so hard. They're learning and they're being independent. They're calling their relatives in America, people who just send them money. They say, they don't know who want money no more. When you buy an oven for us, everybody calling America now for oven because all of them can bake now. And then the baking has given them independence. All they need is an oven. They don't need hand off from government every day. And these are the things we got to bring to our country. But how do we bring it to our country when our people are not empowered? Our people got to be empowered. Our people got to be empowered because education empowers you. Once your mind opens a little bit, your spirit will open. And you're ready to change. You're ready to grow. You're ready to advance. Because that's what education do to you. That's what the light does. When you get small light, you want bigger light. You want to see more. When you see small and it's still dark in the room, you want to move the curtains some more. That's what education does. Once education opens your mind and you see the possibilities, and you say, what? I didn't know I could do this. Right there, the possibilities are endless. Because you see now the fruition of what education can achieve for you. When I started my baking class, the supervisor on this camp, Roland Son Juruka, he had some doubts. He didn't tell me all of these things. But when they started the baking and the first bread came out of the stove baked, he called me. He said, Dad, I cried. He said, when I saw the bread, then I believed what you were telling me. that we can do it. He said, but all along I was doubtful. I was skeptical because I hadn't seen it done before. But when our first bread came out of the oven and it was hot and done, he said, everything you told me came to realization. I saw it. He said, and the tears just came down my eyes. And everybody kept asking, Mosi, oh, you crying? He said, yeah. So, you see, sometimes we don't realize the possibilities until it happened, until we see it, because everything people taught is to see and believe. There are too many doubting Thomases out there. You remember doubting Thomas? When Jesus resurrected, he went to the disciples. He said, yeah, I am. I'm resurrected. And all of them touched his wound and everything. And he left. Then Thomas came. And they were telling Thomas, oh, Jesus came, man. All of us touched his wound. He said, no, that's not a lie. Jesus didn't come. He said, yeah, man, Jesus came. We were all praying. And he yelled, Peter in our midst. We touched all his wound. He talked to us. And he left. He said, no, that lie. That's why they call him doubting Thomas. He didn't believe it until Jesus appeared to him and said, blessed are those who have never seen me, but yet believe that I am that I am. So when you understand all these things, the mysteries, that's what they call the mysteries of life. And in all our life, Liberia right now, we are under the mysteries of life. But we don't understand it because we are blind. The masses of our people are blind. When their eyes begin to open and they see the reality of some of the things we're telling them, they will change. You watch it. Right now, our people are blind, but when they begin to see some of the things I'm telling you all right now, how we can grow, how we can advance by just understanding who we are and what common goals and interests we share. We can all grow. But you got these people in our society. The problem is the few people who think they know everything. Those people always mess us up because those are some of the lazy people among us. They don't like working, but they think they know everything. They think they can solve every problem. And those are the useless people among us. Because nothing is easy, my people. Nothing is easy. When we think things are easy, that's when we fail. Everything got steps to follow. And when you follow those steps over and over and over, you become good at it. It becomes ingrained in you. That's what they call reinforced learning. That's what our people need. That's what people who don't go to college need. They need that reinforced learning because in order to be good in something, you got to be repetitive. If you don't go to school and you don't have that knowledge to remember, like some people, they just go there and memo the whole book with ease. The rest of us can't do it. So we have to do repetitive learning. That means we got to go over it time and time again. Till it becomes a part of us. So let me stop here for this morning. The possibilities of what may happen if we don't have a general or presidential election are enormous. They could lead from a peaceful situation to a volatile and violent situation in our country. Who will take over if we don't have an election? Some people saying, we cannot stay there. We got to put somebody else. Are we going to go back into the interim government situation? Are there going to be attempted coups? Are we going back into a violent age? These are things for us to take into consideration right now. This is our country. If anything go wrong, the combatants will go back to their ways, and we, the Liberian people, will be left to suffer because of the plundering and stealing and evils. The time of the Liberian people is here. I'm just putting it before you so you know that things not right. And our country is regression. We're going backwards. We're not going forward. And it's the power of the Liberian people to stand up for our country. We can't do Joe Parker can't do it for us. Commies can't do it for us. we have to rise up as a people and tell these people enough is damn well enough. That's my class on this topic. Let me take a break and I'll be back. I got a tip from my Buduburam people that started the icing. You should see them fighting to do the little icing thing. But those are the things that we bring to our community that enhances the well-being and knowledge of our people and make them look for better and more prosperous things in life. So let me take a break and I'll be back with my people. I'm taking a short break.
I'm an agent here at AmeriLife, and I help people with their Medicare, life insurance, and annuities. If you ever need anything, please give me a call. My number is 434-426-9493. And we're located in Cranston, Rhode Island.
So let me bring my Buduburam people on and let's see what they're doing on our campus there. We have changed that campus. We have given our people a chance to move forward. They're so happy. I'm so happy for them. Look at them.
Vertical horizontal line. Then the one you're coming to do now is dot. DOTS. Okay. So that dots we do, right? Okay. What else?
Les gars, le moment c'est après tout.
This is slow. When you reach to what the thing is said, all the things you will do, the reason for which you're showing this thing, you people have a London bridge to build. When you build that bridge, you go strictly to start on the first cape. So we are building bridge and all these things that will come on the bridge. Yeah, these are dots, this is slow design. Yeah, so when you're doing it, don't rush. Just pause. No. Pause. They know so to touch the something here. But make sure that you don't get a tear from there. So the dot, you just do like this. You want a dot. Let it be straight line. Everything should be straight. Okay. So this is a assignment for you people. Honestly, right? Yeah. Beautiful. So you're trying to see. Thank you. Dust and pause.
I'm calling you.
I don't want the dog to be standing on this. This is not it. I don't bring a pen. Put it, that's it. Oh, you hold my hand. You hold it as well.
I'm recalling. People are recalling.
Don't take your time. What way like this? Yeah, but I don't want it close. I want a spacious in between. The second for you. Yeah, but it's
More both on there.
that's not dot. What do you do is not dot. You hear me? This is not dot. The dot is double dot to be here. You don't want to do one single dot.
The space is wrong.
Let me see. The space is too close. But give a space. Why are you carrying it? They both for you. Why you can give a space so you can see it? That's what you do well. I don't want it close. Oh, I see it saying why you people are doing. The single dot one, we don't. You people doing it. You people are doing it this. That's not where we want it this. No, just single dot. You yeah, but it's too close. Space it and double. I want it double. Not doing double to next one. You don't want it like that. You want a single dot. Yeah, it's right.
Oh, excuse me, where's it? I don't recall
Could you tell us your full name and when you got into business here?
Yes, my name is Raphael Leslie. We started a business, actually started in Boston first, and we expand here for about maybe 5 to 6 months now, and we finally gravitate into the community. We having a few different variety of customer coming in, trying our food, which we get good feedback. So we've been doing all right. We like the community, and we hope the community will support us.
Good. It's good to hear you get support.
Yes,
So you're gonna be on my show. What message do you have for people who will watch you?
Well, I would say Raphael's restaurant is actually one of the best around Massachusetts, and if you wish to get good tasting food, preferably like oxtail, curry goat, and jerk chicken, it's here at 568 Broad Street, Rhode Island, Providence. Come on down and enjoy some of the great Caribbean food.
Thank you very much, Raphael.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Okay. Well, that's my show for this morning. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just write them down and I'll respond to you. And, sometimes I won't bring people on to express their views, but I just want to keep my show in an hour. So when you put questions down and put statements down, I'll respond to them and we can come on and I'll deal with them the next time. So until tomorrow, be safe, take heed, and govern yourselves accordingly. Safety first. The Total Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson class is done. I'm out of here. See you tomorrow.